How to fix disappeared Steam game shortcuts from game folder. Welcome back to Tenabalta. The unexpected disappearance of Steam game shortcuts from your designated game folder can be a frustrating experience, leaving you wondering if your valuable game data has been lost. This issue typically arises when the actual game files remain intact on your system, but the link files, LNK, that provide quick access have either been corrupted, accidentally deleted, or are inaccessible due to system changes or client-side anomalies. Understanding the underlying mechanisms of how Steam manages shortcuts and integrating that with Windows file system behavior is crucial for an effective resolution. Ensuring you can quickly restore seamless access to your gaming library without extensive reinstallation. Here are a series of deep-dive technical solutions to help you restore your disappeared Steam game shortcuts. Recreate shortcuts via Steam Library. The most direct and recommended approach for Steam games involves leveraging the Steam client itself. Navigate to your Steam library, right-click on the affected game, select Manage, and then choose Add Desktop Shortcut to generate a fresh, correctly linked shortcut. This method ensures the shortcut is properly integrated with Steam's launch parameters and avoids common issues with manually created links. Verify game file integrity. Corrupted or missing game files can sometimes prevent Steam from recognizing the game installation, indirectly affecting shortcut validity. Within your Steam library, right-click the game, go to Properties, select the Local Files tab, and click Verify Integrity of Game Files. This process checks for missing or corrupt files and automatically redownloads any necessary components, potentially resolving the underlying issue preventing proper shortcut function. Check Steam installation directory permissions. Ensure that your Steam installation directory, typically C /program files x86 /Steam, has appropriate read/write permissions for your user account. Restrictive permissions can prevent Steam from creating or modifying files, including shortcuts, in designated locations. Right-click the Steam folder, select Properties, go to the Security tab, and verify or adjust permissions for your user or the users group to allow full control if necessary. Confirm game installation path in Steam. It's vital to confirm that Steam still correctly points to your game's installation path. In the Steam library, right-click the game, select Properties, and under the Local Files tab, click Browse Local Files to open the actual game directory. If this path is incorrect or leads to an empty folder, Steam may have lost track of the installation, requiring a repointing of the library folder or reinstallation to resolve. Run Steam as administrator. Insufficient administrative privileges can sometimes hinder Steam's ability to interact with certain system folders or create shortcuts. Close Steam completely, then right-click on the Steam client shortcut or executable and select Run as Administrator. Attempt to recreate the game shortcuts using the Steam library method after launching Steam with elevated permissions to see if this resolves the issue. Restart the Steam client. A simple yet effective troubleshooting step for many Steam-related glitches is to fully restart the client. Exit Steam by clicking Steam in the top left corner and selecting Exit, then relaunch it. This refreshes all client processes and can often clear temporary bugs or caching issues that might be affecting shortcut recognition or creation. Perform a system restart. Beyond just restarting Steam, a full reboot of your operating system can resolve deeper system-level conflicts, clear system memory, and refresh all running services. This can address issues where Windows might be failing to correctly register new shortcuts, or where background processes are interfering with Steam's operations. Examine Antivirus/Firewall interference. Aggressive antivirus software or firewall settings can sometimes mistakenly flag new shortcuts or the Steam client's activities as malicious, quarantining or blocking them. Temporarily disable your antivirus software and firewall, or add Steam and your game folders to their exclusion lists, and then attempt to recreate the shortcuts. Remember to re-enable your security software afterwards. Check the recycle bin. While it seems basic, it's possible the shortcuts were accidentally deleted. Open your recycle bin and look for files with the LNK extension or names corresponding to your games. If found, right-click and select Restore to return them to their original location. Disable Windows Controlled Folder Access. Windows Defender's Controlled Folder Access feature, part of ransomware protection, can sometimes prevent legitimate applications like Steam from writing to protected folders, including those where shortcuts are stored. Temporarily disable this feature via Windows Security, Virus and Threat Protection. Manage ransomware protection and attempt to recreate shortcuts. Update graphics drivers. Although seemingly unrelated, outdated or corrupted graphics drivers can occasionally lead to broader system instability, impacting how Windows handles file explorers, icons, and shortcut rendering. Ensure your graphics drivers are updated to the latest version directly from the manufacturer's website, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, to rule out display-related anomalies. Update Windows operating system. Ensure your Windows operating system is fully up-to-date. Microsoft frequently releases patches and updates that address system stability, file system issues, and security vulnerabilities, which could indirectly affect shortcut functionality or Explorer behavior. Navigate to Settings, Update and Security, Windows Update, and install any pending updates. Clear Steam download cache. A corrupted Steam download cache can manifest in various client-side issues, including problems with game launching or shortcut management. Go to Steam, Settings, Downloads, and click Clear Download Cache. You will need to log back into Steam after this operation, but it often resolves stubborn client-related problems. Relocate Steam library folder. If the issue persists, the problem might be with the specific drive or folder where your games are installed. Consider creating a new Steam library folder on a different drive or partition, or a different location on the same drive. Then move the affected games to this new library via Steam Settings, Downloads, Steam library folders, and attempt to recreate shortcuts. Reinstall Steam, preserving game files. As a last resort for deep client corruption, you can reinstall Steam while preserving your game files. Navigate to your Steam installation directory, delete everything except the Steam Apps folder and Steam exe. Then run Steam exe to re-download and reinstall the core client files. This often fixes deep client issues without requiring game re-downloads. Check disk for errors, chkdsk. Underlying hard drive or SSD corruption can lead to various file system anomalies, including lost or unreadable shortcuts. Open command prompt as an administrator and run chkdsk c/f/r replace c with your game drive letter if different. This utility scans and attempts to repair logical errors on the disk, which might recover or stabilize file system integrity. Create a new Windows user profile. If the problem is isolated to your current user account, a corrupted user profile could be the culprit. Create a new local user account in Windows, log into it, install Steam, and test if shortcuts can be created and retained successfully from this new profile. This helps determine if the issue is system-wide or profile-specific. Examine Windows Event Viewer logs. For advanced diagnostics, open the Windows Event Viewer by typing Eventfor in the Run dialog. Look under Windows Logs, Application, and System for any error messages or warnings that coincide with the time you noticed the shortcuts disappeared or when you attempted to recreate them. These logs can provide valuable clues about underlying system failures or application crashes. Perform a system restore. If the shortcuts disappeared recently and you have system restore points enabled, Consider reverting your system to a previous state before the issue occurred. Search for Create a Restore Point in Windows, then click System Restore and follow the prompts to choose an appropriate restore point. This can reverse unintended system changes that might have caused the shortcut disappearance. Don't forget to follow Tenabalta for more in-depth technical guides and solutions.